It's time to get the Gatorade Cup Series race number 3 underway as we stay out on the West Coast at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It's the Home Depot 400. Historically, it's been race 3 pretty much every Gatorade Cup Series season. It's been on the schedule. On the pole is the 15th Taylor Brian Price for this race. 2 is outside the 20th Justin Zeidel. Then the 3rd you have Sebastian Kukulon. 4th is Luigi Octavo. And running out the top 5, Diego Yepes. Then 6th you have Nathan Stapleton. 7th is Max Johnson. 8th is Jake West. 9th Carter Friesen and Patrick Smith rounds out the top 10. Then for the rest you have Carson Bowers with Johnny Gardner. Then there's Steve Larker and Stephen Baker. Danny Lloyd and Luke Rainey. They have Dale Lightning and Jake Galloway. Trey Rainey and Steven Taylor. Then Eli Bright. This is the site 3 seasons ago where he got his last Gatorade Cup Series victory. Then get back to victory lane after 3 seasons with Jeff Brent the 5, who's inside. Then their teammate Isaac Nichols in the 48 starting right behind them with Alexander on the 72, who's inside. Then there's Jack Marshall and Steve Morgan. Griffin Lynn and TJ Hanley are all club winner and also your points leaders looking to go back-to-back victories. Colton, you know some nasty memories of this place. We'll talk about that a little bit later with Derek Hamill on the 55, who's outside. You have Joe Jefferson and John Gambit, Jonathan Beeford and Benny Watson. Then there's James Stabley and Larry Bouchard Jr., Riley Sampson and Tyler Fink, Max Anderson and Jonathan Rains. And in the final row, Jay Jefferson in the 78 with Colucci in the 42-2s outside. That is your 42-car starting lap here for the Home Depot 400. Taylor Brian Price on the pole. Let's go to track sign. Get this thing started with the starting command.
In honor of the Highway Patrol's 75 years of service, gentlemen, start your engines.
Guys, let's go out there and have some fun today. Just like I said today in the meeting, you know, this is a good racetrack. It's a good place for us. I think the pit crew is ready to go. Let's go have some fun.
It's going to be fun indeed here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. A race which has historically been fast, crazy, with some pretty heavy crashes we've seen prior in this race. And will we see something like that here today? The last 2 races have had 2 crazy flips. Hoping not to see one today, but anything can happen. It's Las Vegas. You're going to have to roll the dice to win here. Go gambling. Pace car in, 41 laps. Price on the pole. Zeidel 2's outside into the restart zone. We are racing at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Alrighty, 195 as they call off turn number 4. They're going to reach speeds of up over 200 miles an hour in lap 1. 201 to the stripe. Kukulon leads lap 1. Yepes to his bottom lane. And look off into turn 1 how fast they go. 204 into turn number 1. That is some fast speed right there. Yepes leads. Johnson looks to his inside the 24 car down the backstretch. This is one of the fastest tracks on the Gatorade Cup Series schedule. It shows right here with how fast they go. With lap times, averages right around 200 miles an hour. You can see right there from 205 to 200. They never get below 200 miles an hour at any point on this circuit. Carter Friesen for this race. He's going to try and take it from Max Johnson. Johnny Gardner behind him. And they have Steve Larker in the 75. Danny Lloyd in the 19 down the backstretch. Gardner looks to the bottom lane now. There's a lot of what this race could be is a lot of luck. You have to try and position yourself at the end. But you also have to try and stay out of harm's way. If a caution happens, if a crash happens, you want to be out of the way of the crash. So you want to have to somehow know where this crash is going to be and try to avoid it. It could happen up front. 3 wide is normally the danger point. As Larker made a 3-way move on Johnny Gardner and Carter Friesen. Luckily Friesen backed up. And now they're 3 wide for the race again. Danny Lloyd saying, hey, I'm going to make a move right here. He has Dale Lightning pushing him. And this could be trouble as they come off to number 4. 3 wide. They make it work. They can only make it work for a few laps, though. They can't keep making it work, so they have to make sure that they get that settled out in time before we do get a caution flag for a big crash. Dale Lightning gets to the race lane at number 51. Mountain Dew Chevrolet. Trey Rainey coming behind in the 95 car, and Jeff Brent in the 5 is also on the bottom lane with Alexander Rowe and some others trying to shuffle their way down to the bottom lane and get by. They're still 3 wide. Still in the middle, it's Steve Larker, Johnny Gardner still up top. And we mentioned they're getting even closer on that bottom lane. Very tight racing. Trey Rainey leads the lap. Jeff Brent, the 5, looks low. Bright's teammate, the 40 of Nichols, just a few cars behind him. Griffin Lynn, last season's champion. We talked about Colton on how he has bad memories of this place. On the final lap, last season in this race, he was leading, and he was dumped out of the race lead by Kyle Perry in the 47. He actually came back and won the All-Star Open, though, which was held at Las Vegas. So he has good and bad memories of this place. Mostly bad, though, I would say. I would say that points paying victory hurts him more than what the open win meant to him. So up front, Steve Morgan makes a move down low, and he's going to grab the race lead away. Nichols pushed him through in the 48 car with the 7 of the other Griffin Lynn. Look at Benny Watson, there's 3 wide. And Steve Larker's still stuck in the middle lane. Luckily, it's only 1 car in the middle, though. Normally, 1 car in the middle can work out. But that's when you get like multiple cars in that middle lane. That's when it starts to turn wrong. Griffin Lynn, last season's champion of the series, out front. Now to second, and for the race lead, Colton on the 37. He has Joe Jefferson behind him. Benny Watson, they're 3 wide up front as Griffin Lynn gets hung to the middle lane. Almost some contact there between the 37 and the 7. They keep it going straight. But now Griffin Lynn has to try and find a way up in line, or see if he can get in front of Nichols here. If they go 3 wide, this could be another danger point. Joe Jefferson for that race lead. Benny Watson pushing him through. They have Larry Bouchard there in the 17. He won at Daytona. Eli Bright, Code Luigi coming on the bottom lane. Mac Johnson has somehow found his way back down low. They're 3 wide in multiple places now, and that's where the issues are going to happen if they do happen. Benny Watson, your race leader here, as he's out front, the number 32 car. And here comes to the bottom lane, Larry Bouchard in the 17. Can he make it work as they go off into turn number 1? He does. Oh, that was close there. Colton Yo almost turned himself off the 7 of Griffin Lynn. Luckily noticed that 7 was down there and went back up to the top side, but that could have been a crash right there. So they're 3 wide in multiple places. Tyler Fink now out front. 3 wide. Steve Larker, Griffin Lynn in the middle. Here comes Eli Bright. Mentioned his last victory came here at this racetrack. The same race exactly 3 seasons ago. He's looking to break that string in exactly 3 seasons. He's looking to make it no more. He wants to get to victory lane here today in the Home Depot 400. It's going to take a lot, though. It's going to take a lot of luck. But his luck on his side here today. 30 to go this time by. Eli Bright leads. Luigi to the bottom lane, the 42 car. Luigi started this race dead last, and in just 11 laps, he's side by side for the race lead. Shows how crazy and wild this race is. How you just get from the back to the front easily. How you get from the front to the back easily. 2 cars line up on the bottom, the 10 and the 4. They are teammates with James Stablito and the 4. As they're pushing up, as a car may be coming down pit road here. Oh, they just pushed up, and the 4's on the wall with the 88, and around goes the field. And that's a big crash right here. The 21 is involved, Tyler Fink. And I think a lot of them got away with it. Caution out, there's Max Harrison. Griffin Lynn is involved. Jonathan Raines was one of the first. He pushed up. Benny Watson, Joe Jefferson with damage. Luigi on pit road. The yellow flag is out. Mac Johnson was ahead of all of it. He let us back. James Stablito and Jonathan Buford. Sampson, Eli Bright has some pretty heavy damage to both ends of that machine. And it looks like it will stay at 3 seasons and no less for Eli Bright. Looks like that losing streak, that winless streak is going to continue on. So he just has some bad. He was caught in someone else's mess. He was just up top, and Reigns looked like pushed up. I don't know if that car got tight or if they were anticipating someone coming down pit road and they didn't come down. So we'll see how these pit stops go. Max Harrison leads the whole train of cars down pit road for service to their machines. Will it be fuel only? Will it be 2? Will it be 4? I don't really know how badly the tires wear here. It looks like they're going to take at least 2 tires. Looks like they're going to replace all 4 on these cars. And out and away goes the 24. Had a pretty big lead coming into pit road. He's going to keep that lead coming off pit road. Mac Johnson leads the field off. James Stablito, Riley Sampson in a side-by-side battle for 4th. It looks like Luke Rainey and Derek Hamill. I think Hamill may have edged Rainey right there. So Mac Johnson with the race lead is under caution. A big crash happens. Jonathan Raines involved. Code Luigi may have some damage. And Raines was one of the first I saw go around. The 4 and the 10 pushed up. Those are 2 teammates, Stablito and Raines. It's a very bizarre how it happened. I think the 4-2 of Code Luigi or the 24 may have been trying to come down pit right there. The 4 gets put up into the 88. Right there. Code Luigi tried to get down pit road. It was too late, and he got into Sampson, and that's just time for their cars start piling in. Joe Jefferson, Tyler Fink, Colton Yo barely misses that in the 37. Nichols gets caught. Steve Morgan, Jeff Bright, cars in the outside lane. Some of them caught up. Right there, some cars get by in the inside lane, but what a tough breakout. I think the 4-2 may have been trying to get on pit road, maybe communicated that with some drivers. I I really don't see any other explanation on why this would have happened. And those are some hard hits there. Max Anderson coming across the track. Luckily, some cars missed him. Yeah, Colucci's in the grass. Obviously, something happened there, and he gets onto pit road, but then leaves because he's past his pit stall race. Pit stall is one of the first. We'll go on board with a few significant drivers in this crash. Griffin Lynn. Bad luck continues this season. He's involved in a crash. You can see the 18 and the 4 make contact up into the 88, and it's on from there. Big crash happens. Oh, that's Larry Jr. I think barely missed that. That's your Daytona 500 champion right there, just squeezing on through what could have been a race under. Let's actually go on board with him. That 17 car, it looks like he barely misses this. Watch this. See the contact? Car's in the wall. He hits the brakes, and he just gets behind the outside lane. It's a great job there. It keeps his race alive. So Larry Jr. still left in this race. Now let's go on board with Colton Hill, the 37. He just missed this as well, it looked like. Wow, that was a great job by Colton Yo. That's some luck, but that is some skill as well. You have to know how to slow a car down like that. Let's go on board with Colucci, see if we can hear anything from what happened here. Looks like he did get some damage. So he's getting past for the lead. Yeah, it lets off like he's trying to come down pit road, and he gets hit pretty hard, and some pretty heavy damage there, and slides through the grass. He gets onto pit road, but it's over from there. He already has the damage, and he's already missed his pit stall. So let's go on board with Eli Price. He has pretty heavy damage to both ends of that machine. His day, his chance for a win most likely done. Yeah, that's a tough break for Eli. That was really none of his doing. Nothing he could have done there. Points leader in last race winner TJ Hanley looks like was able to miss this. Yeah, he was on the bottom lane. He was just able to get low and get by. And then one more, the visor cam with the 5 of Jeff Bright. We'll see how the wreck was from his own eyes. We'll see if he was involved or not. You can see how much they're pushing the RPMs here. They're up on the 9,000 RPMs, and see all the smoke, all the crashing. He hits 13 a little bit right there, but otherwise, I think that 5 should be able to continue on and be able to keep on racing. So great job there by Jeff Bright getting his car slowed down. Luckily, no one hit him from behind. So after that, back in front, Mac Johnson, the 24, leads us off pit road as well, but he came back down. We're hearing a speeding penalty on the 24, exiting pit road. So Mac Johnson will be at the tail end of the line. Out front, it'll be the 10 James Sablio to lead us back to the green flag. We're coming back in lap number 17 here, and surprisingly, all 42 cars are still left in this race. No cars retired from that crash. Everyone still has a shot at it. Out front, James Sablio in the 10 is leading. Second is Riley Sampson, Derek Hamill in third, Luke Rainey fourth, John Gammett fifth, Larry Bouchard Jr. in sixth, Jake Galloway seventh, Jonathan Beeford eighth, Colton Yo ninth, and Jake West rounds out the top 10. Mac Johnson has a speeding penalty, had to come back down pit road. He'll restart in the 37th position, maybe behind some damaged cars. We are back racing, green flag out, Sablio steps on the gas. That was a pretty decent restart there. Everyone stayed pretty calm with each other. And here comes Derek Hamill, though. He's going for that second position. John Gammett looks on Luke Rainey in the 2. Hamill. Big run down the bottom lane. He'll grab the second position away from Riley Sampson in the 18 down the backstretch. John Gammett for third in the 77 car. He has Jake Galloway pushing him. Those are two Toyotas lined up on the bottom lane. See how they work together. Now Gammett slides up. Move the bomb to Jake Galloway in the 11 car. Larry Bouchard Jr. has found his way down low in front of the 37 of Colton Yo. They're going to try and make their way up into this pack. As the front two have pulled away. James Sablio leads Derek Hamill, and Hamill has no help to try and get up there. So they keep out for second behind Jonathan Beefer in the 33. Jake West in the 14. 31 Stephen Taylor on back here. See all these cars. TJ Hanley, Justin Zeidel, and some others. Whoa, Hanley, a 3-wide move to the middle lane. I'm not sure I would have done that. That's some risky here. Up front, they're gaining. Yeah, Pez down low now. Hanley's still stuck in the middle. Larry Bouchard Jr. up high. He wants to back out of this and relieve that 3-wide stress that the leaders had going on right there. 4-second. Jake West pulls down in front of the 31 and masterfully completes a pass on the 55 with Derek Hamill. Now he's going to try and run down his teammate James Dabley on the 10. Behind Stephen Taylor in the 31. The 14 with the block from the 10. West stays behind his teammate for now as they enter turn number 1. Now it's 3 Fords lined up on the bottom with Luke Rainey at Ford. Come up to try and help fellow Fords from SHR out. Jake West stays in line. Luke Rainey stays in line. Colton Yo for 4th in the 37 car. Jake Jefferson for 5th in the 78 with the one of Yepez. 6th on the bottom. Stapleton down there. Now West makes a move down into the tri-oval. 21 laps to go. Jake West for the race lead. He's going to take it over his teammate James Stablito. And Colton Yo fills the hole down low. He's going to get to the 2nd position. That 37 car, he has a flyer of a run down the backstretch. He may be going to the race leader in 3 and 4. Can he get down there? He has a nose. Side by side with Jake West. They come off turn number 4. It's Colton Yo down low. And Colton Yo leads the lap. 3 wide. Jake Jefferson makes a move down low. He wants to win another Gatorade Cup Series race badly. Yepez in the 1. Follows him through. 20 laps to go. And this main pack has a shot. But Colton Yo shoved to the middle lane. This could be a caution if they get a little too close and a little too antsy. Yepez now for the racing in the 1. Stapleton, Zidell, Rowe, Galloway, Gambit. A few names on the bottom lane. They may have a lap car. Yeah, Joe Jefferson's way up. I don't know why he's even out on the racetrack. He's going 176. These drivers over 200. This is going to be a disaster catching this lap car. Joe Jefferson. They might catch him as they come off turn number 4 right here. Colton Yo shuffles up in line. Yepez out front. This is where he wants to be going. They catch the lap cars because he can go wherever he wants to when they catch Joe Jefferson. Where's he going to go? The bottom lane goes. Rowe forces a hole and gets by. He forced the 1 in the 41 out of the way. Jefferson gets shoved to the top. And Alexander Rowe flew his way on by the pack. And the bottom lane going to be the place to be. The outside lane stuck right here. They're going to have to try and get down back in line and follow these drivers through and get the draft. Right now it's going to be Segoff out the front. Cannot believe the move that Rowe just pulled right there. That was awesome. And it gets into the race lead. Galloway in 2nd. And look at the run the 11 has with that draft. And down the backstretch looking low. Jake Galloway for this race lead. He's going to take it off turn number 4. The 11 car out front now. The 83 car saw his teammate TJ Hanley win last race. Octavo to 2nd. The yellow is out as they tried to get by Zidell with heavy damage. Nathan Stapleton as well, and the roof on that machine is torn up. Did we have another car go upside down? Caution number 2 as we just got by the 41 of Joe Jefferson. And these drivers got to regroup and try this again as they wrecked coming off of turn 2 and down the backstretch. 2nd caution flag of the day with Jake Galloway out front. We'll see how this happens. Zidell with pretty heavy damage. That car is done for the day. Justin Zidell was fed up with Joe Jefferson. He just wanted to get by him. He was losing positions. He tried to fill a hole down low. They saw right here. Jefferson gets into Bouchard trying to fill a hole. They go 4 wide. Jefferson gets into Zidell. Spins the 20 around. Gets into the 27. The 78 goes into the wall. And once again, another flip this season for the Gatorade Cup Series. That is now the 5th flip in just 3 races. 3 cars involved Stapleton, Zidell, and Jake Jefferson. Most likely all 3 of their days are done after that crash. I cannot believe, though, the amount of crashes that we've had and the amount of flips that we've had. Zidell up into the fence, up and over. Luckily, that car lands back on all 4s, and I can't believe he drove that car away because it took some pretty hard hits there. My goodness. Look at this from one more camera angle, if we can even see it from this angle. Yes, you can. Flying at you there. There's the contact. Around goes to 20. Look at this. Into the fence, up and over, lands back on all 4s and drives the car away. But all 3 of those guys' days are done with a big crash off of turn number 2, trying to get by Joe Jefferson in the 41. They were about to catch the 4, but that caution destroys any chances of that happening under this run. Jake Galloway leads us back to the stripe, and he'll restart with the race lead. Galloway, with a Toyota teammate behind him in Luigi Octavo, he'll lead us back to the green flag. We are coming back here with 12 laps to go. Galloway's out front. Restart lap 30. The 3 cars out. Jay Jefferson, Justin Zidell, Nathan Stapleton, Joe Jefferson is a lap down. 38 cars on the lead lap. Jake Galloway trying to hold on for a win at Las Vegas. Luigi Octavo in 2nd. Alexander Rowe 3rd. Steve Larker 4th. Steve Morgan rounds out the top 5. 41 going to restart here, kind of in the middle of the pack. A few cars will be behind him trying to get by. As the green flag back waving, we're back racing, and Galloway gets on the gas trying to get away. 11 laps to go. 12 laps to go, 11 to go next time by. Alexander Rowe for 2nd and for 3rd. Steve Morgan in 13 might try and fill that hole underneath Luigi Octavo. Sebastian Kukla on the 3, trying to gain ground. Down the backstretch, he has a run. Carter Friesen behind him in the 38 car. And then you go on back, Yepes fills the bottom lane. There's your pulse there, Taylor Bryan Price. And then single file on back. These are the drivers that were ahead of the 41. Now here the drivers trying to get by, and they do. But now these drivers back here, they are lost. Let's look at all the ground these guys are losing because of how slow the 41 is. And they might catch that 41 before this race is over again. Unless a caution comes out, I don't see a way they don't catch them. 4 seconds. Sebastian Kukla making moves through the field. And as Jake Galloway leads, Kuklan's going to try and get up here and challenge for a second. And try and get clear and try and run down that 11 car. As Carter Friesen behind. Yepes in the 1. The 15, Taylor Bryan Price, the poles there. So we know that 15 car is pretty fast. He can march up to the front if he has help. When he has help, he's pushing that 1 car forward. Look at the run the 3 out on the 11, though, in that draft. And down the backstretch, she makes a move down low. Hangs a left. Kuklan coming to 9 to go. Side by side with Jake Galloway. And the 3 car grabs the top spot. 9 to go in the Home Depot 400. Yepes, first, second in the 1 car. He takes it. He has Bryan Price behind. Steve Morgan. Steve Larker. Carter Friesen. Sampson. Octavo. Gardner. Hanley is up here, your points leader. And last race winner going to try and get a second win in 3 races this season. I think I just saw a car in the apron. Oh! I think I saw a car in the apron there, and they may have been slowing up because of it. We're still green, but the pack has really just it's deformed now. The 14, Jake West, was the one on the apron. Livershire Jr. onto the apron. He saves the car. That's from the 19th position. He's fallen down the main pack, though. And these drivers back here now, they're going to try and get caught back up in the draft. It's only a 5-car breakaway at the front. This is what Kuklan wants to see with no one with up behind. Been a very interesting Las Vegas race, must say. 7 laps to go. Galloway for 2nd. 3 cars pull away. Bryan Price is 4th. Morgan 5th. For 6th, Octavo takes over Larker. Carter Friesen and Alexander own that pack. They have Sampson all the way back to the 24, Mac Johnson. Bauer, Stablio, Taylor. 17 still dropping in Bouchard Jr. He might lose a few more positions. And the 41 still ahead, still looming. 6 to go. Kuklan. Galloway, Yepes, Price, the front 4 pulled away. Morgan has no help, he's 5th. Octavo and Friesen bound for 6th. Alexander Rose up to 7th. Larker's 8th. And the driver's still dropping positions. See Bowles there. Look at Galloway for the race lead, coming to 5 to go. 11 car out front now. He takes it from Sebastian Kuklan. 5 laps to go. If the yellow comes out, the race is over. Yepes for the race lead. Enter turn 1, he has it. And down the backstretch to the 15, Taylor Bryan Price coming up. He's up to 2nd. Now for the race lead comes that 15 car. Your pulls there coming back. If Steve Morgan gets the draft, he is in that draft. It's a 5-car battle at the front. The laps are winding down. 4 to go. Joe Jefferson is ahead in the 41. He will definitely hold this pack up. Down the backstretch they race. Which lane is going to be the lane that goes? Give me the bottom lane. Kuklan gets away. They're stacked up. This could cause a yellow flag. 2 cars get away. They might be the 2 cars to settle it. The pack now stuck behind the 41 of Joe Jefferson. Morgan gets by, but it's a 2-car race at the front. Side by side. Kuklan trying to get it. And he takes it from Taylor Bryan Price. No more lap cars we're going to have to deal with. It's just 3 to go. 2.5. We're coming to 2 to go. Steve Morgan 3rd, Octavo 4th, Galloway 5th. They will not have a shot at this unless these front 2 crash each other like we saw last season. 2 to go, Kuklan leads. And Price is not close enough. He doesn't have the draft to get up here and try and make a move on that 3. We're coming to the white flag. Sebastian Kuklan trying to get into Gatorade Cup Series victory lane through 3 and 4. Price is not close enough. The white flag is waving. 1 lap to go in the Home Depot 400. Can Kuklan make it around? That 15 car's no help. He's not sucking up to that 3. This could be Kuklan's race as long as nothing happens. Down the backstretch. And off into turn number 3. A strange Las Vegas race is going to end with a 3-car in victory lane. Sebastian Kukulon will win the Gatorade Cup Series Home Depot 400. And what was a very interesting Las Vegas race, the 41 definitely impacted the end there at the end. But Sebastian Kukulon winning the Home Depot 400. Let's now go check the finishing results. Here are the finishing results from the Home Depot 400 at Las Vegas. There were 2 caution flags for 8 laps and 22 lead changes among 16 different drivers. Sebastian Kukulon ends the day in victory lane, leading tied for the most laps, 8. Taylor Brian Price, your pole sitter, led 1 lap. He ends up 2nd, so close to a victory. Jake Galloway also tied for the most laps, led in 3rd. Trey Rainey 4th, and Dale Lightning in 5th. Then Louis Jacques Table in 6th, he's your new points leader on the day. 7th is Danny Lloyd, 8th Carter Friesen, Steve Morgan 9th, and Jack Marshall is not fazed by his Auto Club crash at all. He rounds out the top 10. There's your top 20. Remember, Mac Johnson led coming off pit road. He had that speed penalty. He fell back to the back. He comes back to a 14th place finish. Not bad for that team. TJ Hanley ends up 15th. Your points there come to the day. He falls to 2nd. He's still only a few points behind his teammate, though. Now 21st to 40th. 36 cars finished on the lead lap. Griffin Lynn was a lap down. Joe Jefferson was 2 laps down. And 38 cars finished running. Jake West with a camshaft issue. That's why he was stopped on the apron. Really spread the pack out then, and a lot happened spreading the pack out. Now let's go look at the point standings. We're only 3 races in, but here are the point standings. Louis Jacques Tavo takes over control of the points lead by only 6 points over his teammate TJ Hanley. So right now BK Racing 1-2 in points. Hanley is 2nd. Taylor Brian Price is 3rd. John Gambit is 4th, and Dale Lightning rounds out the top 5. They have Trey Rainey in 6th. Sebastian Kukulon 7th with that win. Danny Lloyd 8th. Jeff Brighton 9th, and Larry Bouchard Jr. rounds out the top 10. There's your top 20 in the points. Right now, your 3 winners inside the top 10 in points. 2 drivers have finished top 5 in 2 races. That's the most so far this season. Taylor Brian Price and Dale Lightning. And no one has finished top 10 in all 3 races, although the front 8 in points have all finished top 10 in 2 races this season. Look down at the rest, 21st to 40th. Stephen Baker, 21st, trying to break up into that top 20. It's a 3-way tie for 21st in points. Some of these drivers that are not having seasons they want. Joe Jefferson, Patrick Smith, Eli Bright, Benny Watson, Jay Jefferson, Mac Johnson, Cole Luigi, Jake West, Max Anderson, Jonathan Rains, Isaac Nichols. Some shocking names down here at the bottom of the points list. But we're only, once again, 3 races in. And this next race could also be a wild card. We're going to Phoenix for the Gatorade 500. I'll see you guys then.